Hello, today I'd like to talk to you on how you apply gesso to create a bit of a surface texture. Commonly, gesso is used to promote the tooth adhesion on your support to the paint, so the paint adheres well to your support. This is a very slick surface, so now I'm going to create a more textured surface using a colored gesso. So there's different ways that you can do it. One of them is simply by applying the gesso with a palette knife. So off you go. And this gesso has issues. We'll put it here. But I've had this gesso for a bit, and this is just for show-off purposes. So you can, because you can use the gesso this way. So this is a cautionary tale. Always make sure you close your lids up so that you don't have this issue that can happen where the gesso dries and you now have little clumps happening. However, I do have a technique where you can use bad gesso and create some really interesting trees and different surfaces. So this gives you an idea. Because I do petroglyphs, of course this is a little bit easier for me to create these surfaces. I'm trying to go in different directions just to give a really kind of cool look to my surface. And by cool I don't mean hot, hot and cold, just a bit of a difference in the levels of gesso that I'm putting, how much I'm putting on my surface. And I'm just going to make sure that I cover it all. And gesso dries fairly swiftly, so you do have to work at a little bit of a speed. Now, of course, I'm using this thicker, so it won't dry quite as fast as it normally would. But that is the neat thing about using gesso. So, just a little bit more, and then I'm going to let this dry. And once it's dry, this is where I would put some paint and or a petroglyph symbol, because this is a small board. And off you go. So this one's done. Always keep a bit of a spare towel for any accidents like what's happening for me right now. So, yeah. The other thing you can do while you're at it is you can actually texture your board by smacking it with your, not working quite the way I want it to. Okay, let's do it this way. There we go. So you can create textures this way. And again, if you're going to do that, you might as well go in different directions. Smooth it out if you want again. As long as it's not dry, you can keep creating some texture there. So there you go. One way to create a gessoed textured surface.